Welcome back. In this session, we are going to solve this coding challenge 3. So let's continue with our football betting app. So this time we have a map with a log of events that happened during the game. So the values are the events themselves, and the keys are the minutes in which each event happened. A football game has 90 minutes plus some extra time. So in this case, we are going to create an array event of the different game events that happened. So no duplicates. So from this event, game event, we'll do that. After that, the game has finished. It was found that the yellow card from the minute 64 was unfair. So remove this event from this game event logs. So this 64 needs to be removed. We'll do that. Okay. Print the following strings to the console. An event happened on average every 9 minutes. Keep in mind that a game has 90 minutes. Okay. The next, loop over this event and log them to console, marking whether it's in the first half or the second half. After 45 minutes of the game like this, first half 17 goals. Okay, we'll do that. So we'll just start writing the first one. So here we should create an array called events with the unique event. So basically that's the unique value of this here. So now what are the values here? They are the values of this map, right? So they are in the game events dot values. So let me just call that out. Game event dot values. As you can see here, we got the values. And now let's say constant events, and we'll set this events, right? Here we'll create the new set. So in this set we'll say game events dot values. So we'll console.log events. So when we log that, see here we are getting the set of 4, but we want to convert this into an array, right? So let's just convert this into an array using the spread operator. See here, now it was converted back to array. So with that we are done with the one. So let's just go to the second one now. So here this is one of the easiest, and it's just to delete the event from the minute 64. So let's just say game event dot delete 64. See, as you can see here, the 64 was deleted. Okay, with that we are done. So let's just move on to the next one, third. So let's just print the following string to the console. So an event happened on every minute. So let's just copy this text. Okay, here we'll write console.log. We'll just copy this. We on average. So here we'll just remove here the 9. So, and now we need to calculate the actual average. How do we do that? So let's say that event happened X minutes. We simply needed to divide the number of events by 90 minutes. So the duration of the game is 90. So the game events dot size, and then now divide by them by 90. That's the opposite. So 90 divided by events. So let me just write that here. Here, let's say here 90 divided by game so here 90 divided by game events dot size. Yes, forgot to mention the size, right? As you can see here, it happens on every minute. So this is our output. And now if we want to be specifically, the game lasted 92 minutes, right? As you can see here. So how do we get the value for that, the 92 minutes? So for that, let's just go ahead and calculate. So for that, constant time equals to, we'll just say here the game events dot keys. Okay, let's just console that log time. As you can see here, the time here we got, so we want basically the last element, right? 92. So to get this 92 in the last of the keys of map, so let's just get the keys by game dot events dot keys. As always, we needed to convert this array, which we did. So how can we get the last value? By using the pop method. In the past, we used the pop method mainly to delete the last element of an array, and also it returns the deleted array or element. So we can use that here. So let's just say here constant time dot event games, and then here let's just say here dot pop, so that it gives our last value 92. Okay, here we got our value 92, right? So let's just make it the accurate. So let me just copy this here again, not 90, here we'll say time divided by. Then you can see here on an event happened on average every 9.2 minutes. So that's accurately we did that. So it's not mentioned in the question as well. So, and now let's get on to the fourth one. Now our goal is to loop through the objects, or actually loop through the map, and so this is very standard at this point. So for that, let's just say for constant of keys comma values, keys comma value of game event. So just like in the last week, so we need to figure out the half. So it's the first half or the second half. So what we wanted to log to console is this, either the first or the second, and then the minutes. To be more specific, we use the minute and event. So instead of key and value, here we'll use minute and event. So minute we'll use a minute and event. So here we'll say console.log half. So now I'm going to create a variable half, and let's use the ternary operator here. So if the minute is below or equals to 45, then it's the first or it's the second. So let me just go ahead and declare here the constant half equals to minute less than or equals to 45. Here let's just say here first or the, so let's save that. We'll just copy this, and then here we'll just paste it here. So this works perfectly fine. So with that, we are done with our challenge number 3. So thank you.